When I went to rock school, where you learn how to be a rock star, they said when you come on, don't say anything. The best thing to do is to be ushered on the stage and then don't speak. But tonight I've decided to not do that. We've opened our shows this year with a cover song, trying to play some of the great American songs out of the American Songbook. We're going to do the same tonight. This is Steve Anderson, my good friend. Didn't have a care in the world. Mommy and Daddy standing by, happily ever after fit. We've been poisoned by these fairy tales. Lawyers clean up all the tales since Daddy had to fly. Oh, but I know a place we can go, it's still untouched by men. Sit and watch the clouds roll by, the tall grass likes to wave in the wind. You can lay your head on the ground, let your hair fall all around. Offer up your best defense. Tonight is the end of the innocence. I had an album that came out in 1992, and Billboard magazine thought the album sounded like a James Taylor album. And they wrote a review that said I was the James Taylor of the 90s. And you know what? I'm tempted to not use the mic, but it ended up being difficult because I wanted to be the Bill Withers of the 90s, is what I wanted. And Bill Withers had a bitter experience in the music business. He had those great songs, Use Me, Lean on Me, and he felt like he got cheated by the record companies and he quit. And he hasn't been around. He's about 70, and sometimes in New York he shows up and plays at clubs, but we haven't had a Bill Withers record since I think just the two of us. And he had an unbelievable run in the 70s. If you like 70s music like I do, and the song Grandma's Hands has been one of my favorites. And so Steve and I are going to play that now. And it's literally about his grandma who went to church on Sunday morning. Church on Sunday morning, Grandma's hands play the tambourines well. Grandma's hands used to whisper out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass, might be snakes down in that grass. Grandma's hands. To the local unwed mother, Grandma's candy. Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, oh, they really came in handy. She'd say, Matty, don't you whip that boy. What you want is spanking for. He didn't drop no apple core. When I get to heaven, I look for Grandma's hands. It's for nights like tonight that Maplewood tried to make this a retractable dome. I think if you're like me, you're unsettled, you're not sure what's coming next. Yesterday I was reminded of my attempt to go to the May Day parade at Powderhorn, which I think was similar to what's his name, Will Steiger? It was like going to the North Pole, you know. How many remember May Day? I mean, really, it was 38 degrees. It was so cold. And then we had June and July. The Devil's Kitchen. And now we got this. Including, it smells so good out tonight. I don't know why. Is someone burning like fairy firewood?
Forest fires.
Are the unicorns gathering? I can't tell. This is the first time I've been in Maplewood, so I don't know what's going on. I grew up in South Minneapolis, an area called Tangletown, and when I was about 28, I bought a house in the neighborhood. I could see my old house from my backyard. I had 2 little kids, and we had a tough go. We had a great family when I was a kid, and then when I went to college my freshman year, everything exploded. My mom and dad got divorced, and our family evaporated. And I wasn't ready for it to evaporate. So when I went back when I was 28 and bought that house in the neighborhood, one day I went back up to the old house and knocked on the door. In fact, it was Easter Sunday, and I asked if I could walk through. And they were great, they said yes. But it's a very weird feeling to see your room with somebody else's stuff in it. And it inspired me to write this song, a song called Elmwood Place. Steve has been great to join our band, which is called the Bahama Boys. That's the band that accompanies me. They share a common bond. None of them have ever been to the Bahamas. And Steve is a great artist on his own with many, many records. His latest record's called Spiritual Piano. So I've asked Steve to play a prelude to this tune. This tune's called Elmwood Place. It's about going home. But first we'll hear from Steve. shadows on the truth, yeah. Some of them great years, riding high, we live so well. I tend to forget there was ever a time things might have been less than fine. Oh, my family used to gather, then my parents broke the mold, and we watched our feelings scatter like a cold wind blows. I went back last Easter, a Sunday afternoon. Made up my mind, I walked up to that door. I knocked a time or two, yeah. For the better part of an hour, I was lost as I went through. I stuck my nose in the past, those ghosts just laughed and said, how do you do? Oh, there's so much to remember, those adventures long before. I smile and then I shiver like a cold wind blows. You might like to wander these hallways of the past, the scent of all these autumn